Have you ever felt that sudden surge of anxiety or frustration, or maybe that nagging self-doubt, and just wondered, where is this even coming from? Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful framework for understanding and, more importantly, taking control of our entire emotional world.
Okay, picture this, your name gets called. All of a sudden, your heart is just pounding against your ribs, right? Your palms get all sweaty, and you can literally feel the heat rising in your face. It's a feeling I think most of us know way too well. And then, the absolute worst part happens. You open your mouth to say something and, poof, nothing. The thoughts that were crystal clear just a second ago, they have completely vanished. It is a total, complete mental freeze-up.
But of course, it's not just about being on a stage. It could be that same knot in your stomach when you walk into a crowded room, or the endless loop of overthinking a conversation you had yesterday, or maybe just that quiet, nagging voice of self-doubt that pops up at the worst times. So what's the common thread here? Why do these really powerful, disruptive emotions just seem to take over? Let's start putting the pieces of this whole emotional puzzle together. And here's what's so fascinating, right? Two people can face the exact same trigger. Let's say they're both late for a meeting and have completely opposite reactions. One person is a total wreck, and the other is just totally calm. What is the difference there?
Well, the answer, it turns out, isn't just luck or some random chance. It's all about a hidden framework. There are these three core forces that are constantly at play inside our minds. So let's uncover how this thing actually works. This is the core idea, and it's called the Pathfinder's Trilogy of Emotional Well-Being. Basically, it says our entire emotional state rests on these three interconnected wheels: the situation we find ourselves in, the thoughts we have about it, and our deeply held values.
So let's break that down real quick. The situation, that's the external thing that happens to us. Our thoughts, that's the internal story we tell ourselves about what happened. And our values, well, those are our deep-seated beliefs about what's truly important to us, like safety, or respect, or success.
So here's the crucial point. When what's happening, what we're thinking about it, and what we truly value are all lined up and in sync, we feel calm. There's no internal friction. The mind is just at peace. But when there's a clash between these wheels, when our thoughts about a situation go directly against one of our core values, that's when we feel disturbed. That's the source of the anxiety, the anger, the frustration. It's that conflict. Okay, to really get this, let's use a bit of a dramatic example. Forget public speaking for a minute. Just imagine a fully grown lion suddenly, right now, appears in the room with you. And boom, you can see the emotional chain reaction just kick into high gear. The situation, the lion, instantly triggers a thought: I am in serious danger. That thought immediately clashes with your absolute deepest value, survival. And the result? Pure, unadulterated terror. Makes sense, right? Okay, so now we get it. The problem is a conflict between our three wheels. But the good news is, there's a way to actually fix it. So let's explore the path to bringing these wheels back into balance. This solution is called emotional tri-balancing. It's really the conscious practice of restoring that alignment between your situation, your thoughts, and your values whenever you start to feel that internal disturbance creeping in. And you do this through one of three main actions. First, the simplest one: avoid the situation. Run from the lion. Second, you can work on reframing your thoughts about it. Or third, and this one is maybe the most profound, you can actually refine the underlying value that's being challenged.
All right, now let's bring this all back from the savannah to something a lot more common. How does this whole framework apply to that fear of public speaking we talked about at the very beginning?
Check out the difference here. The anxious speaker, their core value is perfectionism. So their thought, I might make a mistake, creates a massive internal conflict. But look at the balanced speaker. They've refined their value to growth. So for them, the thought is reframed to mistakes are just part of learning. And just like that, the conflict dissolves and the result is composure.
So what this framework really gives us is a compass. It's a way to navigate our own inner world, to move from that feeling of just emotional confusion to a state of real clarity and control. I think the most powerful shift here is realizing that anxiety or frustration or whatever it isn't just some random negative feeling that happens to you. It's a signal. It's basically your mind's alarm system telling you, hey, one of our wheels is out of balance. And it all leads to this key takeaway. Emotional peace isn't accidental. It doesn't just happen to us. It's something we actively create through the intentional alignment of our situation, our thoughts, and our values. So here's a simple, really powerful practice you can start using right away. The next time you feel disturbed, just pause and ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What is the situation? 2. What thoughts did it trigger in my head? And 3, and this is the most important one, which one of my core values is being challenged right now?
See, the power isn't in pretending the lion doesn't exist. It's in understanding why it terrifies you. So, the next time you feel that disturbance, that anxiety or anger, just ask yourself one simple question. Which wheel is out of balance?